Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we're back in week 9, the final week of Summer of Pain before we get to that final quest. And this week we have Ghost as the boss. She has a few annoying nodes on her. The first one I think is the most annoying is Haunted. And basically if she dashes back, you falter, and any damage that you do to her, which obviously you can't hit her while faltered unless you have vigilance, but any damage that happens, it gets reflected back. So if you have some damage over time stuff that is going off, that can really do some damage back to you. She's got stun immunity, so you can't stun her, passive stun her, or anything like that. She's got true focus. She's got no hit, no mercy, so when you knock her down, she's going to get a cruelty, which isn't that big of a deal. She's got spite. So spite, it can really work to your advantage with keeping her throwing specials. But, there were a number of times where I felt like I was having a good run, and then all of a sudden she went really passive. I had like a dex on me, which is going to give you that precision buff, and then she just goes to L3 and then you're dead. So it can work to your advantage, but sometimes it can get annoying. And then Mystic Ward, is just going to prevent some buffs and stuff from getting nullified, which isn't the biggest deal. One of the challenges is to take Ghost down with the Mystic champion, so every once in a while that's going to fail, but not that big of a deal. So I tried this a number of times. It's a really, really long fight because, you have to do some damage generally outside of like debuff damage. It's just a long fight, and Doom's a tank. I messed up several times. A couple times she'll dash back and she'll falter, and I'm like, go in for an intercept. Can't do that. But I ended up just doing this rotation where I was trying to get to a special 2 as much as possible, and throwing that basically when she hadn't recently thrown her special one, because when she throws her special one, if she dashes back, she's got those passive precisions active up to 3, and while those are active, she cannot phase. And if she were to dash back, you'd get the falter on you, and then all of those like incinerates, that damage would get reflected back because she wouldn't phase them off. So here I kind of get cornered. I'm trying to bait her heavy, and then I do, and I totally just miss it. And now we trigger Dex, and now she's faltered me, and it's just, so I could throw the special one to kind of get me some space, and that kind of got me out of the corner. But yeah, so when my first few attempts, I was mainly sticking to special ones, doing full combos to make sure that I didn't get any of that shock from Doom reflected back to me if she dashed back and faltered me. And I was just spamming special ones, but the special ones with Doom, they don't do much damage. They do help you control the fight really well, and it's a long fight. To be honest, I felt like there were sometimes I was just tired, getting distracted, just because I felt like this fight was going on for so long. I mean, I think this battle goes for 9 minutes ish. So when you're going through halfway and then all of a sudden she just goes to L3, or you accidentally intercept when the falter's on and you die, it's a little bit brutal. But I mean, the fight isn't terribly difficult by any means, but I just felt like on this run, I think the run before this, I just decided to start switching to special 2s, and make sure that you just throw those when she hasn't recently thrown a special one. If you do that, Doom's special 2 animation is long enough to where she most likely will not be able to, or won't be able to dash back and if she and falter you. And if she does like that, she just consumes the incinerates with her phase, converts those into those furies, but no big deal. that's not a big deal at all. As long as you're not getting that damage reflected back, you're good to go. So I just felt like the times where I could get her to not throw, not dash back after the special 2, I was just trying to hold block, or I was trying to dash back and trying to get as far away from her to have her dash towards you. If you can do that, you can get some pretty decent damage off and help this fight go along a little bit quicker. That was my method to get this down. So there we go. We threw it, hold the block. She dashes back and consumes those. But so it doesn't get the damage in every case, but it can work well. Here I almost get L3, get to a special 1, steal, and I think I'm going to throw this off. Yep, it's unblockable. Get a bunch of incinerates on, and yeah, and if you do get hit, it's not the worst thing. It's nice to be. I run the Courage Mastery, I think 2 out of 3, so now I'm under 50% health, so I've actually got an attack boost on from that Courage Mastery being activated, which is nice. But yeah, pretty straightforward fight. I did try a couple where I was trying to do special 3s to get the Furies. It didn't really help that much. With her being stun immune, it was hard to make sure that you're getting in and get a lot of damage back right after the L3. And you do have to make sure that she starts with a lower amount of power, because she is going to be stun immune. You can't come out of the special 3 and kind of go into the normal Doom rotation. So you're going to come out with a Fury. She's got too much power. She can shoot straight to special 3, and then you're dead. So yeah, so I found that this seemed to be the quickest way. I think the safer way, it does take longer, is to just spam special 1s. But either way you do it, Doom can do this fight. Like, I didn't do this like super clean. I think I get hit at the very end as well. But Doom can do it, and the cool thing is that he completes 2 of the 3 Thronebreaker objectives this week. 1 is the Mystic one, and then 2 is the one that you have to defeat Ghost with both a Metal champ and a Villain champ, and Doom fits both of those requirements. So by using Doom, you knock out 2 out of 3 requirements for the Thronebreaker, which is super sweet. And yeah, as far as like other Mystic champs, I don't know, I might try this a few more times. I think Claire could do well. I think Sorcerer Supreme could do really well. It would keep her armor broke so she can't even phase. And you can block a lot. And I don't know, I think a lot of champs can do this. I even think yeah, right there, I just couldn't text out of her attack there. But even I think like somebody like Iron Fist I think could actually do really well. He doesn't get buffs. He can armor break her, and it'd be a long fight for sure. But I think there's a lot of champs that can do this. You just really want to try to avoid champs that are going to be consistently doing damage over time, because you really can get wrecked. Like I've tried a few times with Domino, and her critical failure, man, that thing can get reflected back at you and really jack you up. But yeah, there we go. We get the solo. How many hits was that? Like 312 hits. And yeah, we get the solo. We collect the 2 Thronebreaker objectives, the Mystic and the Metal/Villain objective. I can't remember what they're called. Let's see. Spirits and Sorcery, that's the Mystic, and then Magnetic and Evil, that's the Metal and Villain. So we got those 2 done, and here's just a couple quick looks at some of my fails. I definitely didn't get the solo on the first attempt, but definitely is very doable. It doesn't take too many, but man, I tried a bunch with Domino first, and she kind of frustrated me quite a bit with the crit fail. Here, Spite got me L3'd. I think This one, I think I just missed a dex, or I try to intercept. No, that one I just missed a dex dash back. Another one, and yeah, another hit. I tried to get to a special one, missed it. Got L3'd. Another just, you know, it's a long fight. Got to keep focused for a while. And but yeah, hopefully this helped. Definitely a soloable fight. If you got to use an item or two, that's no big deal either. So thanks for watching, fellas, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.